Welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to wrap up my time in Istanbul and go on to my next location. I want to say thank you to everyone who has contributed financially to buy me a cup of coffee. Really appreciate it. Here's the ever-growing list of supporters. You're so wonderful, and it really is helpful. I spent a lot of time in the bazaar, and this is them getting ready in the morning. So much fun to watch this. It's just a gas. This area is around the Great Bazaar. The Great Bazaar is enclosed. And then this is the spice market. It's really close to the Grand Bazaar. Amazing smells in this place. Such a variety of spices, other items for sale as well, of course, but little sampling here. The aroma of this place was well worth the visit to it. And I happened to be there at times when there wasn't a lot of people, so that was nice too. And then I kind of come outside here and get some more of the shops around the area. Really fun. The Faith District really has a lot to offer, and I spent most of my time there, and I really highly recommend it. Between the energy of the market and the sites around there, really spectacular. And this is one of them, the Column of Constantine. I'm going to include descriptions of a lot of this stuff in the description below, so you can click in there and get a little bit more information about stuff. It's totally robbed from Wikipedia, but just to give you a taste. And of course there were cats everywhere, and I had to say hi to some of them. And this is one of the obelisks in the Faith District, right near the Blue Mosque. Super cool. And before I was outside the Blue Mosque, and today I went inside the Blue Mosque. You got to listen to this. I hope that kind of gives you a feel of the enormity of the place, and with the beauty and everything else, it's really amazing. This is the primary site that I visited, and it did not disappoint. I really loved it, and I highly recommend it if you're able to go. Now please bear with me and just take a couple minutes and enjoy the beauty of this place. Really so much to see and experience there. It was one of my favorite things for sure. So then I headed out of the mosque area and to the beach here, and here's a panorama of the city that I could see from the beach. And I'm not going to try to pronounce these names, and again, there's more information in the descriptions, but there's the Bosphorus Bridge. I ended up going across that on the motorcycle from Europe into Asia. And then this is a giant mosque. This mosque in an emergency can hold 100,000 people. Really amazing. Here's a little bit different view of it. And the construction was supervised by two women actually. There's this television tower there. Again, I'm not going to pronounce the name, but there's restaurants and observation decks and all kinds of things up there. And then it was time for some lunch. That was super fun for me to watch him make my lunch, and it was super delicious as well. And then along the bridges and pretty much everywhere where there was water, people were fishing, and lots of fishing. And I was walking in this area and just love this umbrellas suspended above the little market area. So much fun. I had to get some video of it. I love the light coming through there. And then I headed up to this Galactic Tower. Again, there's information in the description below, but you can go up to the top. There's a museum in there and all kinds of stuff. But this was the line for it, and I kind of have an aversion to lines. And even from a distance, you could see the people up there. It was too many people for me, but it was still fun to see it and walk around, and it's really kind of a cool story. Then as I started heading back to my hotel, came across this old rail station. There's in the process of renovating it. It was really cool, and it was part of the Orient Express at one time. A little bit more information below on that. And this is me in front of one of the mosques, and this is the area where the men would wash their feet before going into the mosque. That day I ended up walking almost 10 miles and climbing 25 floors. The next day I got to try the tea with the sugar, and here we go. So there's the sugar, you put it in there, and then you take a sip of tea, and it was pretty good. I'm not a huge tea guy, but it was yummy. Met a couple cops that day. They all ride 1300s, and they don't like them. They knew my motorcycle when I showed them a picture of it. They even knew it was an adventure, and they said they prefer the 1250 to the 1300. So this is the next day, and me preparing to leave, backing out of the lobby. This gentleman that helped me, what a gem. He was so great. He helped me with my bags and everything. Just a really sweet person. And then this is me heading out from the hotel area. I left really early in the morning. I think I left at like 10 after 6, so there wasn't nearly as much activity, and started having battles with the GPS right away. GPS thought I should take the ferry over to the other side, and I didn't want to do that, and so I had some difficulties, and it was hard to read the signs, obviously, because I don't speak Turkish. So I was taking wrong exits and trying to get the GPS to take me to the bridge or the tunnel, but that just wasn't happening, so it was a battle. First I wanted to pass through the 7 layers of the candy cane forest, then through the sea of twirly swirly gumdrops, and ride through the Eurasian tunnel, but that didn't happen. That was supposed to be a funny kind of quote from the movie Elf, in case you didn't know, but I rode across the Bosphorus Bridge instead. Then I was in the Turkey countryside, and it was absolutely gorgeous, of course, and as it happens, time for gas. And I just love the gas station attendants. They're so great. This guy has to check my license plate, and then he goes and he inputs it into this machine, and I totally think that that charges me a different rate, which is totally fine.
Okay.
So he gives me that receipt, then I take it inside and pay, and then I'm given another receipt, and I go outside and give it to the guy who pumped the gas. I think that's just the way they make sure that you pay. If anybody knows what these yellow-orange things are, please tell me. There were dozens of roadside stands that had them out on display. And those are olive orchards behind the bike. Super cool. Then I finally made it to my destination and got camp set up. Then enjoyed the views with the cold seltzer water. What a treat. So great. Look at that. How awesome is that? And that's where the bike spent the night. All right. Thanks so much to all my supporters again. Super appreciate each of you. You're making so much more of this possible. And here's a little perspective for you. I am right there. Peace and love to you all.